starting late is your biggest advantage. Why? Because adults learn through systematic structure. We absolutely do not need to jump into some crazy trial-by-fire sparring session just to figure things out. We can actually take a step back, break down the mechanics, understand the why behind the movements, and efficiently build our skills without dedicating half our day to the gym.
To get there, we're going to follow a really clear roadmap today. First, ditching the heavy bag, then the 3-zone stance audit, the 80-20 rule of punches, creating a solo feedback loop, and finally, the mindset shift.
So, step 1, ditch the heavy bag. Seriously, put it away for the first 2 weeks.
Now, I know, this sounds highly counterintuitive, right? Buying a heavy bag is usually the very first thing people do when they decide they want to learn boxing at home. But here's exactly why hitting the bag right out of the gate is a massive trap for late starters. When you immediately start wailing on a heavy bag, two really bad things happen. First, you start relying on the bag to keep you balanced instead of, actually using your own feet. You hit it and you're kind of leaning on it. Second, you ruin your wrists and shoulders because your physical structure just isn't conditioned for that kind of impact yet. So what's the smart approach? Shadow boxing. Your primary tools at home should actually be a mirror and your smartphone camera. Shadow boxing in front of a mirror gives you immediate visual feedback. You can literally record 30 seconds of your stance, watch it back, and see the cold, hard truth. If your chin is lifted way up in the air or your back foot is totally flat on the ground, well, your camera won't lie to you. You've got to build your structural blueprint in empty space before you ever add resistance.
Moving on to step 2, the 3-zone stance audit. Because honestly, before any punches are thrown, balance is absolutely everything.
Once we're comfortable working in empty space, and hopefully doing that without accidentally punching a ceiling fan in the process, let's walk through these 3 tactile zones for your stance. Zone 1 is your feet. You need heel-toe alignment. I want you to imagine a literal line running on the floor, right between your feet. You must never let your feet cross that midline, or you just instantly lose your base and your balance. Zone 2, that's your knees. Keep a subtle, soft bend to absorb force. Straight legs, they leave you incredibly vulnerable and super slow. Finally, zone 3 is your hands. Your chin must be tucked, your rear hand should be glued right to your cheekbone, and your lead hand must be raised right at eye level. So here's my challenge to you. While you're shadowboxing at home, practice moving in 4 directions: forward, back, left, and right. For just 3 minutes a day, maintaining this exact frame without your feet getting closer together or farther apart. You want to do this until it feels as natural as walking down the street.
Step 3, the 80-20 rule of punches. Focusing entirely on the 1-2.
Now, what's really interesting here is how much we need to completely strip away the noise. Forget the crazy spinning back fists, the wild hooks, and all those flashy combos you see going viral on Instagram. When you're shadowboxing at home, 80% of your effectiveness comes from just 2 punches: the jab, which is your 1, and the straight right or cross, which is your 2. You need to train this 1-2 combination with deep intention. For the jab, focus on the full extension, getting that snap at the very end, and an immediate, fast return right back to your face to protect yourself. For the cross, it's all about the hip rotation, driving off the ball of that back foot and making sure you keep your lead hand up to protect your jaw while you throw it.
The whole motto here is quality over quantity. You want to throw 50 perfect punches, not 500 sloppy ones. And why is that? Well, because as a late starter training at home, your immediate goal actually isn't muscle fatigue or getting some massive cardio burn. Your goal is neurological adaptation. By slowing down and throwing perfect punches in the mirror, you're actually training your brain to build clean, efficient motor pathways. You are literally hardwiring the correct technique into your nervous system.
Which brings us to step 4, the solo feedback loop, automating your coaching.
Okay, so we have our stance and we have our punches, but since you don't have a coach standing right next to you to call out your mistakes, we have to create an automated feedback loop right in your living room to keep you honest. Step 1 is super simple. Put a strip of painter's tape on the floor. This is your visual guide to track that footwork line and ensure you aren't crossing that midline we talked about earlier. Step 2 is creating a DIY slip bag. Just tie a tennis ball to a string and hang it from the ceiling or doorway. Push the ball, let it swing back at you, and practice slipping your head off the center line while maintaining your stance. It's honestly an incredible, low-cost way to practice head movement without needing a sparring partner. And step 3 is using round timer apps. You want to structure your home shadowboxing sessions exactly like a real gym. Set it for 3-minute rounds of work, followed by 1 minute of rest. Combining the tape, the slip bag, and the timer keeps your mind highly engaged and ensures your workout doesn't just evolve into, boring, mindless cardio.
Finally, step 5, the mindset shift for late starters.
So, the crucial point here, the governing philosophy that brings all this together for adult learners is this: consistency beats intensity every single time. When you're learning to box a bit later in life, you really have to treat it like a skill practice, not just a workout designed to absolutely destroy your muscles. Think about it. 20 minutes of deeply focused shadowboxing 5 days a week will take your skills vastly further than one brutal 2-hour weekend session that just leaves you incredibly sore and basically unable to move for the next 6 days. Train smart, protect your body, and just build the habit daily. So to recap,
Ditch the heavy bag for a bit, build your structural 3-zone frame, master that 1-2 combo, and automate your feedback. With all that in mind, I want to turn it over to you. What age did you start your boxing journey?